You're now tuned into the recap with the GoodFellaz show. You know how we do every week, breaking it down, talking about everything that happened in the last week. My man Dad has got a crazy topic, in the mood of movies and Disney and all that. Dad, let them know about this. It's actually an article that's in the news. Let them know about this.
Yeah, so apparently, John Boyega, he played Finn in Star Wars. The last trilogy just came out. He came out and he basically went at Disney saying that basically they sold him a bill of false goods about what they were going to do with his character. And he was upset, saying that he felt that his character was underserved in this trilogy. And so that became a story. And I agree 100%. When I saw the trailers for the first, that wasn't A New Hope. That was the Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
When I saw the trailers for the Force Awakens, and I saw that they had got John Boyega, and then you see him with the lightsaber in the trailer, you're like, oh shoot, like they about to have a black Jedi, like that's what's up. Even then, when you found out that the girl was the Jedi, they still gave him a chance where he was able to fight with this lightsaber and all that, and they made you believe that him and the girl were going to have some kind of relationship, or that there was going to be some reason that he was a force-sensitive stormtrooper or whatever, and then they just backed off of it. Mm-hmm. And they backed off of that story. Then like in the third movie, I think or second one, they tried to give him another love interest, the Asian girl, and it was almost like people was giving her death threats, and like she had to drop off Twitter, and it's like, dag, like Daisy Ridley dropped off Twitter. It's just crazy, like, to think that if I was him, like, he's like, yeah, man, like I did all these 3 movies because I signed this contract, but they really did sideline Finn something crazy. And like, even in the third movie, they had him saying lines and saying stuff that to Rey that made you think he's gonna be like, I love you or something. But they never went over. They backed off that joint crazy. Yeah. So I understand what he's mad at. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah. Also, for people who didn't know, the Asian market doesn't take too kind to minorities, especially black men. So on the poster of The Force Awakens, if you pay close attention, he went an American poster. He's on the far left of the poster, very large, with his lightsaber, standing like this, right? The same pose is shrunk to not even a third, a fifth of the size, in the same position, but lower in the Asian market posters. And that was something that was completely outrageous. He was upset about because Disney did it to appease the Asian market. And another reason why he wasn't even in the forefront in the movie, how it was like almost a facade in the trailers of leading people on to believe he was more than what they were showing, is because they didn't want him to be the lead as they originally had planned for him, because of the Asian market wouldn't take too much to it. So they would have not turned out because this guy was a lead in a major movie. So
you're saying that was the reason, that it was the Asian, like part of the it was money. Yes. They needed the Asian market, and he couldn't be a leading guy, a black guy who has a lead over in the Asian market for a Star Wars franchise. Other movies, not Star Wars. Yeah, that's crazy. Anybody else hear the story? Like Karev, Shah?
I only saw like when y'all posted it in the chat.
Okay.
Look, bro. But Shah, let me ask you, Shah, are you a fan of Star Wars?
No.
Did you care that there was a black stormtrooper at one point in the new Star Wars movies?
I mean, it's always good to have representation of quote unquote minorities, people of color, black, Latino. Mm-hmm. But to be quite honest with you, I'm not a comic book fan, and I'm even less like a Star Wars, whatever that other one, Star Trek. Like I'm less fan of that.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I get it. Hey,
all right.
Look, yo, wait. Let me put in perspective. I'm a Star Wars I'm not a fan, but I really get into it.
Okay.
I got into Star Wars because of my mother. My mother put me on all comic books and stuff like that. And Darth Vader was my favorite character, hands down. Mace Windu was my favorite is my favorite Jedi.
Yes.
Because I got to see someone who looked like me and he had a purple lightsaber who was different to everybody else. If that's not the definition of hip-hop, being different and standing out, what is? You know what I'm saying? To the point where when the new movies was coming out, I got excited, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to see Finn. And one of the things I remember was seeing a man of color with a leather jacket and a blue lightsaber. So yo, that's crazy. Like I'm telling y'all, look, I'm such a Star Wars fan. Look. You know
okay. You got
like I went to Disney to make my own lightsaber. This is Mace Windu's lightsaber. You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope.
Like I'm telling you, I really am into Star Wars. And after seeing the new, was it the sequel trilogy?
Yeah.
I think Disney wins the Basur Award for trying to sell us a bill of goods and giving us shit in the movie. Pardon my language. Because let me tell you something, yo. The thing about John Boyega, what he said really goes into why we respect Chadwick Boseman and Black Panther so much. Because in that movie, we saw strong archetypes and characters that will lift up a community. Finn's character was always scared. He was always sweating. He drunk from a pool like a dog. You know what I'm saying?
And he was always sweating.
He's always sweating. Like he nervous. Like he didn't look strong. You know what I'm saying? He had like sexual tension all the time. He didn't have a strong leading role, and then they wanted to lead another male into a quote unquote type of sexual tension thing between two men. Instead of getting that strong character, we got you look good in that jacket. Thank you. I need you to fly this shit. Like, I mean, that's corny to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it made it seem like they were gonna be friends at first, and then it seemed like in the second movie that he was kind of following the other dude around. I had problems with that whole trilogy to begin with. I mean, but definitely that part. They did him dirty, and they did Kylo Ren dirty.
Yeah. By far.
I thought so much better than that. I mean, my man stopped the bullet. He stopped the laser, had a conversation, got in the whip, flew off, and then the laser went. I said, come on, that you ain't never seen him do anything at that height.
You never saw Darth Vader do that.
Sorry, yo, I was taking it in a direction.
This is the thing. All right, so I got a question for everybody tuning in right now. And this is everybody that's on the roundtable discussion. Is this a matter of race? Because I mean, let's keep it 100. Hollywood racism, yes, we can all agree there's a good deal of racism in Hollywood. But with this particular topic, is this a matter of racism, or is this a matter of that Disney had no idea what they were doing with the Star Wars franchise? And there's a big difference because on the one hand is that they're trying to prevent a black man from having a leading role. And the other hand is, because there was multiple producers, I got the feeling personally that they had no idea what they were doing from The Force Awakens to the second movie to the third movie. Is this a matter of, like I said, racism, or I don't know what to do with Star Wars?
No,
what do y'all think?
I'm going to say this. The problem is they had no real vision. They just did it on the rim. They made profit. They made profit. They wasn't sure they were going to continue doing what they was doing. The Force Awakens was such a big profitable movie that it was like, oh wow, we have a female lead, and in this genre, like the first that can really lead and that can carry this movie franchise. So they continued on with that with no vision, and then not only that, the producer, the original producer, who had the full overall vision of what he wanted to do, they took him out of the second movie and allowed him to come in and do a whole different arc, a whole different thing with the same entendre cast that you had originally, and then you have to bring the original producer back for the third movie to bring closure. Like, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
A silly question. What number movie is this?
7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Damn,
So
he was on it.
They were a continuation of the original trilogy. The movies that came out after that were like prequels. But
Yes.
these were the first 3 movies set after the original Star Wars movie.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's both. I mean, Disney in general, they always at times have been a little iffy taking that first step for stuff. And I mean, it's how long before you saw Black Princess or the frog? You know, the frog and the frog prince or the
Princess and the Frog.
Princess and the
Princess
Frog.
and the Frog, yeah.
Like, it shouldn't have taken that long to make that movie. Like, you know, and even still, she's not included in a lot of their merchandise. Like, they'll have like 3 or 4 or like 5, and she's not on there. So, and you know, Moana, she ain't really on most of that stuff either. So Disney, they tried to slide in there a little bit, but this, they knew. I think it's both. It could have been the fact that the first movie you had J.J. Abrams, he wanted to go in a certain direction. They brought in Rian Johnson, and he just blew everything up. Like, he just wanted to do some other stuff that had nothing to do with Kent. Like, he just wanted to do his own thing, and he took it in a totally different direction.
Yes.
But J.J. Abrams came back and still didn't do anything with it. So I think I think the whole part of the Star Wars relationship of Daisy Ridley and Finn, I still think you have problems putting that on screen nowadays. For a lot of people, it makes them uncomfortable.
Yes.
It's both. It's both. Because at the end, let me ask y'all a real serious question. Besides, once again, Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. How many movies do you see strong so-called African-American men as a lead role? That's first. Then how many movies, not TV shows or something, we're talking about epic multinational pictures, like international pictures, right? How many movies do you see where a strong so-called African-American lead male has a strong character and he has a fair skin or Caucasian woman as his woman? You know what I'm saying? We don't see that too much, but we're quick to see 2 men kissing in a boat or a plane or with leather jackets or something. I don't get that when it comes to like space and all that, or just regular movies. I think it's both, because remember this: China has a real serious beef with men of brown skin, and it has nothing to do with movies. Okay, we can talk about that later, but they do, and they told Disney, if you don't take this, I forgot what they call brown skin people. They don't call them niggers though. They call them something else. But if you don't talk this, whatever, and you don't take them off that poster, we're not going to premiere your movie. So they miniaturized them. And remember, if you look at the first poster, he has a very he's a big profile on the poster, and he has a lightsaber, which is the main key representative of the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
If
they took lightsaber out of
right,
thing.
right. And if you notice it in the second movie, he was like doing like punchlines. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really have a strong disposition. And then he was punked by an Asian chick who looked up to him, but he kept playing her as a little girl.
Yeah.
So that dynamic was off too. Then in the third movie, I gotta tell you a secret, but he can't really say what he has to say. And then they're trying to forcefully build a love interest between him and the other woman of color in the video.
Yeah.
I agree.
But look, wait. Here's the part that really, really will bug you out. If they did the original movie called Duel of the Fates, in that movie, Phasma was supposed to have a bigger character, and you're going to build up the beef between Finn and Phasma. Instead, in the second movie, she dies after he calls her Chrome Dome, and it hits her into the pool of fire. Now,
that was an underserved character too.
Now, the one thing I give Star Wars credit for is they build their characters outside of the movies. They want you to buy the books. That's why it's a franchise. Unfortunately, can I talk? Unfortunately, what it comes down to is they wanted to build Phasma and leave Finn for the comic relief that never got funny in the movies, because Phasma has books. She has toys. Finn has nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. I got to say, this is my thoughts on it. I mean, on the one hand, racism in Hollywood, very big deal. I feel like, to me personally, I feel like Disney's one of the few movies, studios that kind of will kind of catered to that. But I feel like the Star Wars franchise, like, they didn't know what they were doing. Part 1 to Part 2, two totally different movies. I feel like, I mean, you can say what you want to say about Finn, but General Snoke, right? Remember the first movie? I was like, oh shit, like, yo, that General Snoke, that cat's gonna be a fish.
And then Snoke disappeared.
He was
absolutely right.
Trash. Yo, he was such a waste of and then they had that whole fight that looked like a daggone Drew Hill video and that freaking the last fight.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Drew Hill video, yo, like, it's all red.
I feel like
Disco to come
which one?
out.
These are the times?
These
are the times?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I feel like Disney didn't really know what they were doing with the Star Wars franchise, and because of that, everything suffered. I mean, they were building Phasma up to be like thorough, and she got sun. Yeah, I remember one point he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna put you in the garbage chute." I'm like, "What?" Like, yo, she's like the gold stormtrooper. That's how you doing it? Like, I feel like, although, like I said, racism in Hollywood is a real thing.
Yes.
Disney just didn't know what they were doing. So, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, give Filipino shit props. Nah, chill. Yo, Adam Driver, yo, make him thorough. Like, nah, chill. I feel like the reveal that what's her name was Palpatine's granddaughter, like, that was out of left field. I'm like, what? Like, come on, yo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
spoiler alert.
If you ain't seen it by now, yo,
if you ain't seen it by now, you're trash.
It's
like
trash. So, what I'll say, compared to a lot of the studios, I feel like Disney does tend to, because remember when Star Wars was going on, a lot of people were mad that they were giving a female Jedi like props. They were like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, yo, everything under the sun, like, they're like, yo, chill. How does she know how to do this? Like, why is she, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't even like a woman lead. So imagine, I feel like a black stormtrooper, like, remember when they first came out, there was a lot of backlash, like, yo, stormtroopers aren't black. Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Like, so me personally, like I said, for everybody tuned in right now, recap with the GoodFellaz. John Boyega, he had some thoughts about his role in Star Wars. Read more in detail to see how you feel about it. Me personally, I feel like Disney just kind of dropped the ball with that particular part of the Star Wars franchise. Not to say that racism in Hollywood is a real thing, but sometimes you don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? So, But like I said, man, so shout out to everybody tuned in right now. We can't go any further without letting you know this has been brought to you by AEP Media and a collective perspective. My man Dav in the building. Let them know. Yeah. Let them know about the whole AEP movement, because you guys are doing it big right now.
Listen, man, AEP stands for an eclectic perspective, man. It's about approaching things from different types of views, different types of mindsets. And we got a Facebook group going on, AEP Presents First Thoughts. You can hit me up, IG, Dav_AEP, man. We trying to go ahead and be creative, man. Get this creativity out in the world. Much pain out here. You need to create some stuff.
You guys just had an ill villains bracket, and if I'm not lying, yo, Darth Vader won the villains bracket for the AEP Media villains bracket.
Yeah. So real quick, we do a segment on my bracket. We on my page it's called Best by Elimination. We put a bracket together, different movies, directors, and we let the community kind of vote them off one by one to see who, I guess, is the best. And so we had a villains bracket, and yeah, Darth Vader. It was between Darth Vader and Thanos, I think. Bracket and surprisingly, Darth Vader won, but I think it was that Rogue One scene, man. That Rogue One
Darth Vader with the win, yeah, and I feel like that just goes to show you the cultural impact of Star Wars all these years later.
Yeah. People still love Darth Vader and just that Star Wars universe. So I get it, man. If you mess up Star Wars,
Yeah.
like, that fan base will come after you. It's like the Beehive, yo.
For real. Yo, pitchforks and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, so
Hey, didn't they have
real quick.
They ran Daisy off of social media, and she was the hero. Like, she was the hero.
So real quick, can we agree? Let's be honest, because we live in the age of you know, mergers and acquisitions, Disney buying up everything on the planet. Can we say that Disney kind of dropped the ball with the Star Wars franchise with the last 3 films?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I think they started dropping the ball when they did Spaceballs. Wasn't that like part of the Star Trek trilogy?
That was Mel Brooks.
Bro, that was Mel Brooks, bro. That was Mel Brooks.
Right
That was
there.
a comedy. I love that movie.
Hold on. Shout out to my man Shaw Hendricks in the building. He might not know about Star Wars, but he can tell you. He can tell you what time it is in the streets, though. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to my man Shaw. Yo, Shaw, let them know where they can reach you at online, social media, and all that. Because, like I said, like we love movies and you know we love comic books and social media and all that. But my man Shaw Murray's from the streets. Yo, Shaw, holla at him, man. Let them know where they can reach you at, man.
Yo, my Instagram is GOTHYQ.
So, Shaw, are you interested in further Star Wars movie, or you not even interested in that right now?
Nah, I think like when they had Rick Moranis and John Candy, like that, like I was done with you know what I'm saying, with Star Wars back then. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Wow.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Spaceballs.
Wow.
Word. Yo, so Karev, Heritage Hip Hop, let them know where they can reach you at real quick.
I don't know what he talking about. That was Spaceballs, not Star Wars.
Ain't that the same thing? Ain't that the same franchise?
No. But at the end of the day, Heritage Hip Hop everywhere. You can find us at heritagehiphop.com, Heritage Hip Hop YouTube. And right now, letting you guys know, Heritage Hip Hop has big things in store. So some of y'all who like PS5s, pay attention because we got something real big with the PS5. So make sure you follow heritagehiphop.com, subscribe, and also subscribe to the YouTube page. You never know, you might get a PS5 in your future.
Yo, Karev, I just want to highlight you real quick. You just had some awards recently this weekend. If for everybody who wasn't able to tune in this weekend, can they catch like a replay or like for people that are interested, let them know where they could find out more information about what went down.
You could go to linktr.ee/heritage hip hop to see our link tree. And on our link tree link, we have a link to the Heritage Hip Hop Awards right there. And also, if you subscribe to our YouTube page, we have the video on our YouTube site as well.
Nice. That's what's up. Yo, so Big A, holla at them real quick. Let them know where they can reach you at, you know what I'm saying?
What's going on? It's your man Big A. You can catch me on the internet at AHDAYAR. That's AHDAYAR. All social media platforms. I'm on TikTok now too. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I was even on MySpace.
So
and
you know
also can check me out on Heritage Hip Hop. Yeah, MySpace. I'm on Black Planet.
What?
The Hente is a rap.
What?
Black Planet has an application right now, bro. Black Planet has an app. I'm on Black Planet, but I'm under the Mad Artist. But anyway, you can also check me out on Heritage Hip Hop. I got a profile on there, and if you join the Heritage Hip Hop, you get a profile on there too, get music. Also, GoodFellazTV.com has music on there that you can get also from the GoodFellaz, you know, of the best, the GoodFellaz here.
All right. Yo, it's your boy Tommy Guns. You can reach me at GoodFellazTV.com, of course, for all the latest hip hop, cultural news, industry news, all that. Also, social media is DJ Tommy Guns and all that. And also, if you watch Star Wars, you can see me as the light-skinned stormtrooper. You know what I mean? You know, check me out. You can check me out like 30. minute 33 or something like that. But anyway, whatever. But yo, shout out to everybody tuned in right now. We appreciate you checking out the recap with the Goodfellas. Every week we breaking down the latest stories, news, gossip, whatever that's going on. We got a lot more to holler at you next week. Shout out to everybody tuned in right now, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. If you watching us on some random internet website, holla at you, man. We in the building. You know what I mean? Until next segment, we'll holla at you. It's the Goodfellas. Peace.
Yeah.
Luke.